Welcome, folks. This is CraftRiddle, Dwarf Fortress. It's the town of CraftRiddle. We have 104 population, and it is episode 27. It's early autumn, which is why I stopped to record. Nothing's really happening, but there has been a few incidents. Basically, justice has been very busy. There's active vandalism, building destruction, and other little issues. So we've had another person convicted in prison, a Clover. I think she actually injured a few people. That's not the only incident that's happened, but she's tied up now in jail. There has been somebody who looked like a baby's been injured, but I don't know who did it. Somebody got so pissed off and threw a tantrum they punched and got into a fist fight with one of our pigs. And also a recruit during sparring lost his temper and got into a fight, but he paid for it because he got beat up. I think whoever he was fighting was either more experienced or better equipped. So yeah, people are starting to really get upset, but it's not actually as bad as it looks. What's happening here is a minority of people are losing it. On a emotional scale from 0 to 100, being 0 being I don't want to live anymore, and 100 being I'm in paradise, I would say most of these dwarves are in the areas of 50 to 60, with about 6 or 7 probably in the 20s or in the teens. So what we're getting is a few people getting depressed, feeling harassed, feeling they're living in a nightmare. I mean, it really does say that in some of their descriptions, if I could find a few. Sunken depression, there it is. Okay, so here's a bone carver, a married female, sunk into depression, torch net. So, has become haggard and drawn due to the tremendous stress placed on her. Depression, she's caught in the rain, she's lonely. She's grouchy, dwelling upon being caught in the rain. Now, she remembers some things about work. She remembers sleeping in a very good bedroom, but she's also irritated because of the crowded condition of the dining area or the tavern. She does remember about dodging. She does remember about some of the dining room was well made. It was just crowded. So, and then, of course, the corpses and the bodies they keep seeing whenever they go through a certain area, is upsetting her. So it's kind of, most people don't feel that way. Some people do. Other people don't. This person's throwing a tantrum. The nightmare that is her tragic life. She is throwing a tantrum. She's been caught in the rain. She's away from family too long. She's lonely from being from friends. She's happy she got drunk, and she had a pretty decent drink, but she's been caught in the rain too much. She's uneasy after seeing a goblin get killed. I think a lot of this might be just the dead bodies in the rain. So I should probably move the corpse pile outside someplace. But yeah, she's getting caught in the rain. Yeah, she really is. But like I said, some of these dwarves just aren't that upset about things. They're busy working and gathering plants. Grouchy about getting caught in the rain, but that's about it. Performances, happy about receiving water, kind of bored, but satisfied, delighted, satisfied. Doing pretty well. Mixture here. The white's kind of so-so. The yellow-brown's kind of bad, but the green's really good. So, yeah. Most of them are, like I said, are in the 50s or 60s. Life's not heaven. Life's not hell. It's just, this is life. So, now, there's a few other things that have been done. Like I said, there's another person carrying out jail time. We've also started, or I've asked them to start a above ground, right here, there we are, above ground farm plot. And it looks like they've actually finished making it for me. So I can start telling them to grow stuff here. Now, all the red stuff we don't have. But the stuff above it we do. And most of it could be turned into booze, which is always good. Ratweed, I think, can be turned into fiber, which is also good for clothing, kind of like pigtail. But I think we'll stick to things. So which one is this? Autumn, of course. So let's do barley for autumn. Spring, let's do blueberries. Summer, let's do raspberries. Or is that winter? That's winter. Okay. And summer, let's do pickleberries. All right. And I have been working on the next bedroom, but I'm probably going to have to see it's closed, and I just need more beds. But I'm probably going to have to make a new bedroom up here too, and I don't want. We don't have enough room in there for all the beds we need. So either that means make a few more rooms here, or just make another bedroom on top. I'm probably going to use that space there for maybe some bedrooms, maybe a few more temples. What's this guy complaining about down here? Melancholy. Yes. Now once again, I'm only really noticing the people who are upset, because the other people who are not upset aren't blinking with the same type of lights. See, these are all kids. They're pretty much okay. They really don't have much to say about anything. Trouble controlling my temper. Enjoyment, plain. Enjoyment. Annoyed. Satisfied. Yeah, they're just getting along with life. They're kids. And there's a few people else down here. Let's see. Okay, that's kid. This person's eating. This person's a farmer eating. Let's see. Uneasy after lack of decent meals, but they're eating and got rained on, but not really much of anything. He's so-so. He's a farmer. This is life. There's a lot more green there than usual. Like I said, the white's so-so. The yellow distractor of being away from friends. Lack of decent meals. Decent meals doesn't mean there's not meals out there that are really cool or anything. Decent meals means decent meals that contain the items he likes. If it doesn't contain stuff he enjoys eating, well, then it's not a decent meal. You could give this guy turkey legs, roast pig, and he'll be like, well, I prefer fish. This sucks. But he's stayed occupied. He's level-headed after drinking. He's being, I don't know what that even means. Fared after being exuberant? I don't know. He did something weird. He's practiced a skill. So he's doing okay. So, yes, due to seeing a human dead body, it's kind of made him a little uneasy. It's affected some of his values. He's valuing tranquility and peaceful day due to seeing a human dead's body. Okay, that's a little weird. Hatred towards things. After seeing a human's body. Okay, so he's obviously developing some hatred towards humans, maybe? I don't know. It's a little weird. But he's felt satisfied after learning about striking. So the militia stuff, the militia training's helping. And he's created something. So these guys are all... And these kids are still playing. Sleep. The poet's sleeping. Stress. Lonely. Okay. But like I said, most people, this is just the minority. The ones that are throwing fits. Most of these guys are, look, there's training in here. Most of these guys are just doing individual training, story training, pick up equipment. They're not doing anything. Let's see. Drinking. I wish you wouldn't drink right from the source. Drinking. A lot of drinking. Prepare raw fish. Store item in. So a lot of these people aren't even a tan of hide. They're not really having it. Look, grouchy about being caught in the rain, but satisfied after proving discipline. Kind of grouchy, horrified, satisfied, interested. So more, not really more good than bad, just even Steven. So I just have to get a few more people beds, Well, I just have to get some of those beds up there. Some of these people's improvements, they'll improve in their happiness because a lot of them have been sleeping on dirt. I mean, right now there's a couple people sleeping in the food storage place right there. I mean, they're sleeping on barrels. They'll say they're sleeping on dirt, but they're sleeping on barrels. So here's the sheriff who's preparing an easy meal. Here's the clother who's attending a meeting, which is not attending a meeting. She's basically been tied up. So, drinking, overcome by terror. I'm not sure why a male goose is overcome by terror. Most of the kids are just playing like the kids usually do. And people are drinking like dwarves usually do. But you can tell that there's also little signs of problems, like there's blood encrusted walls here. In fact, if I go high enough, I think there's one of the bedrooms has a problem with that too. No, but somebody's left a door open, and it's probably a draft. Yeah, but anyway, like I said, it's coming along. Ironically, though, it does make me reevaluate my dwarves. I used to joke about how they're wearing leather and bone and having copper and iron tools and weapons. So they're Native Americans living in Southeast Asia. But I realized, no, they're not. They're drinking, complaining, depressed, getting into fights with pigs, Russians. I have a bunch of Russians. But even that's kind of insulting, probably towards the Russians, but also towards the dwarves. Like I said, majority of them are not really upset. They don't like the rain, yes. But they're not throwing tantrums. They're not breaking things. They're not beating babies or pigs or attacking other people. Or being stupid enough to start fistfights with people who are better armed than them. Most of them are just going along with their jobs. They hate their jobs, but they're going along with it. And they're sleeping in the dirt. Okay, he is sleeping in the dirt. I'm not sure why he's sleeping in the dirt. No idea if sleeping in the dirt. Probably doesn't. Yeah, okay. Owned objects. 14 objects. But if you notice, no bed or cabinets. Doesn't have a bed yet. The last, she's married female 705, so she is the last from the last migration wave, and I don't have a bed for her yet. Once she does have a bed, she'll probably do a little better. But yeah, they're not doing badly. There's a few people who are upset. And there's a few of the new ones who are upset because they haven't settled in yet. And that's okay. I mean, we have plenty of booze. We still have a lot of food. We have 2 miners, which is kind of weird because we don't need that many miners. And once again, we do have 30 children, which is a lot of children. But by the time they become adults, they'll either be settled in. They'll be, okay, this is frontier, this is the way life is, or they'll be completely crazy and throw tantrums and start fist fights, and then I'll have to start exiling people. But, surface living isn't fun for dwarves. So, this is just the way it is, but it's actually not as bad as it could be. I mean, we survived 2 werebeast attacks. We only have 1 caravan who shows up a year, and most colonies have 3. Dwarves, elves, and humans. In fact, 4 if you're at peace with the goblins. So, and sometimes you could actually visit other cities. You can send messages to other cities, collect new population, stuff like that. So, for a town that has very limited resources, no stone, that's not actually linked to anybody around here. I mean, we are in the middle of an island. That's us, that little blinking light there. All the cool stuff's happening down here. Ironically, we have more people living in our... Look, we have more people living here than they do down there. And not much way in the news. In fact, let me check the news. One piece of news is about us. That's it. There's not much news happening. So, that's it. I mean, nothing's really happened. I'll probably come back in another episode when the caravan shows up. Or if somebody sets this place on fire and starts killing everybody. I don't know. But it's really not much happening. It's a little frustrating. And it looks like somebody's dropping things on the ground. Yep, somebody dropped a whole bunch of bolts on the ground. Not sure why. But we could just keep on trucking, doing the best we can. Like I said, it's a frontier life, and these folks are frontier people who have to do what they could do. Annoyed, caught in the rain, satisfied. Mostly this person seems to be doing okay. Let's see the bottom down here. Yeah, so. She's okay. She's stayed occupied. She's doing some drinking. She's untroubled after practicing a skill. She's untroubled after practicing a craft. So she's doing so. Holding back. Play. Okay. Now, I've checked some of these while playing, and some people are actually somewhat happy. One of the females had a dream of starting a family, and since she actually had a baby while being here, that fantasy, that a goal of hers has been fulfilled. She has a baby now. She has a family. So she's quite happy. The rest of them, like I said, 50-50. It's not heaven, it's not hell for them. They're just living their life. Still room for improvement. I could still make a few more statues, glass, windows for maybe some of the future buildings. And they are making glass windows. I mean, there's a glass window right over here, I think. Yeah, glass window. So they are making stuff. And we do have a few glass statues, and we have a few temples. We could continue to do that. Just life on the frontier. Okay. Sorry, it is more of an update than an actual Let's Play, but this is life at Dwarf Fortress. Turns out most of these guys are Russians. Oh well. So that's the end of this episode, and thank you for watching.